and it was like,
What's
We interrupt your dull life to bring you something bewildering. Facing you is a door. It is a peculiar, yet attractive door. You open this door with the key of imagination. Within this door exists another world. A world made up of horror, fantasy, and adventure. A world surpassing everything you can comprehend and everything you cannot. A world exceeding the seen and the unseen. To those with the courage to step through the door, I would like to welcome you to the Geek Zone. Welcome home.
Yarr! Happy International Talk Like a Pirate's Day, landlubber, and welcome to the good ship Geek Zone. I be your Captain Justin T. Sutherland, and today we be having a heap of fun counting down a top 10 list. This be the top 10 best board games. So let the good ship Geek Zone set sail yet again.
Number 10. Farkle.
Farkle is a fun game that involves 6 dice that you roll. The game can either be played with the store-bought version or by simply gathering up 6 60 dice and playing. The best way I can describe it, it's poker with dice. The cool thing about this game is you can be way ahead one turn and then falling dead last the next. There are almost never any fully predictable outcomes. However, Farkle gets beat by a classic from the past. Which is it? Let's find out.
Number 9. Connect 4.
Almost everyone remembers this game, but surprisingly I find very few play it past the age of 10, which is strange considering it is a fun game. You play with checker pieces and drop them on a vertical board. It is like an advanced version of tic-tac-toe, as you have to get 4 of your color pieces in a row while blocking and keeping the opponent from doing the same. I remember playing this game for hours with my sister, so this game holds a special place in my heart, but it is only number 9 on this list. So what could beat it? How about a game that has become popular on mobile devices?
Number 8. Scrabble.
Scrabble is a fun critical thinking and spelling game where the bigger the word you can make, the better you score. This is one of my mom's all-time favorite games to play. It has made a major resurgence with mobile games for smart devices called Word with Friends. If you like that game, then I recommend playing the original. Now, let's see what takes my number 7 slot, shall we?
Number 7. Sorry.
Sorry is one of those games I don't get to play too often, but when I do, I always enjoy it. There is no feeling better than when you bump somebody back to start, and in the game, I always take the opportunity to do so. Something that has been rewarded by a lot of bruised arms courtesy of both my little sisters. But as fun as this game is, it gets topped by yet another classic. I'll give you a clue. It's not Clue. So let's see what it is.
Number 6. The Game of Life.
Life is both fun and complicated. At times, it can be every bit as complicated as Monopoly. The only thing that this game has over Monopoly is it ends after a while. There is a newer version out where a card-reading electronic device keeps track of all the details and totals up your score at the end. I like this version better, as it takes a lot of the downfalls of the original away. However, as much as I like the electronic version, if you invited me to play the original, I would have a hard time turning it down, as the original is still fun, complexity and all. Now we are moving into the top 5. The next game has been around for at least 100 years. See if you can figure it out.
Number 5. Checkers.
Checkers is a game that anyone can play, and nearly everyone is put on an even playing field. I have been beaten by kids and adults alike. This game is simple to learn, yet can be super difficult depending on the skill level of those involved. Like everything else in my top 5, if you offer to play checkers with me, I almost will never turn it down. Just talking about it makes me want to pull out a board and start playing. But there is one game that I hunger for more. and it is even older than this one. I bet you already figured it out. So let's see if you're right.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
This is identified a substantial buildup of hostile forces right here in our own backyard. And I'm giving you the green light to clean them out. Gentlemen, you're the best. Get up there and prove it.
Okay, boy, let's kick some.
I've got him. Watch your back. Moving down the right side. He's on me. Pull out. Dr. Wing, keep on him.
Action Max for your VCR.
Yeah.
If it were any more real, it wouldn't be a game.
Number 4. Chess.
Chess has been around for over 200 years, and there are many different versions, each giving its own theme. It has been made into video games galore and has made appearances in more movies than nearly any other board game. Chess is definitely the #1 game that I almost never get to play, but am always willing to. I've never played 3D chess before, but it looks to be just as fun. If you ever get the chance to play it, do. But this ageless classic gets beat by a game from the 1950s. I'll give you a hint. It starts with B and ends with P. Ready? Let's see what the bottom is of my top 3.
Number 3. Battleship.
Battleship is an awesome game of strategy and luck. Not quite as much as my #1 pick, but still it can be very challenging. I absolutely love saying the catchphrase, which is, "You sunk my battleship!" Sometimes I will purposely put my battleship in an easy-to-find area just so I can say that. I have never played the electronic version, but you will know when I do because I will probably review it. I also haven't seen the movie yet, as of this video, but I have it in my queue on Blockbuster.com, so I should be seeing it soon. If you feel like taking on the role of a Navy officer going after the enemy, dust off your old copy of Battleship and get in it to win. But Battleship only gets the bronze medal for my top 3. So let's see what gets the silver. Shall we?
Number 2. Rich Farmer, Poor Farmer.
Rich Farmer, Poor Farmer is a game that I was first introduced to in my VOAG class, also known as FFA class in 8th grade. Everyone in FFA loved this game, and $10 to a donut says if you ever had a VOAG class or had been in 4-H, you know this game. It is kind of like Monopoly, yet executed way better. I'm really surprised it didn't take off like Monopoly, as this game, in my opinion, is better. If you ever get the chance to play it, go for it. It is one of the best. But overall, this is still only my second favorite. So what takes the #1 spot and the gold medal? Let's find out.
Number 1. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay. I know I'm going to take some heat for this, as Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not technically a board game, but it is a tabletop game, so I grouped them in the same category. And if you're like my dad who says that is still wrong, well, it's my show, so nanny nay boo. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my all-time favorite game. 9th grade is when I was first introduced to it almost 11 years ago, but I didn't start playing myself until a year later. Now, me and my youngest little sister, Krista, who you have seen on the show from time to time,
I sound like a robot.
love to play it every chance we get. If you are watching this, are a player, and by chance sometime we meet either at a convention or something, bring your decks, as I will take on anyone. Not saying I'll win, but I'm always eager to play. If you ever get the chance to play this game, do it, because it can be as intense as some sporting events, and I really hope someday they make a professional dueling circuit. That would be awesome. Well, that does it for this episode. If you'll excuse me, I have to go on an underwater adventure to discover the lost city of Atlantis, only to discover that there are traitors amongst my team. So, later.
We now return to normal broadcasting. Danger, watch behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto some ducktails.